bed, well, it's sleepover night at our house, as you may know, so they're not really in bed, but they are in the general vicinity of their beds. Hey there, everybody. Good to see ya. Happy it's the weekend. TGIF. I'm so glad it's the weekend. It'll be nice to be able to sleep in tomorrow. Oh, it's going to feel heavenly. I'm sure Thomas's friend will probably be over here before long. We'll be playing some video games, I'm sure, later on tonight. We've been trying to conquer Left 4 Dead on the hardest difficulty. Hey there, everybody. It was a pretty good day, I think. I'm trying to hold it together. Good to see everybody. Marissa, Jennifer, Susan, Carol, Cindy, Tammy. Getting up early to do yard work. Oh yeah, exciting stuff. We pretty much got our yard work done for the winter. My daughter's boyfriend and his family were your neighbors for many, many years. Your what? My daughter's boyfriend and her neighbors. So who is that? I don't know if you want to say on here, but that'd be. I'm very curious. Oh, maybe is it early? No, boyfriend. They went to Alaska early in theory. Went to Alaska. I don't know who else I went to Alaska though. Theories. Oh, it is the theories. Oh wow. Yep. Sure enough. You can tell them. Oh no, actually no, that's not right. There's a noisy dog, but that's north of them. There's a mean dog, but he stops right at the border of his yard, so it must have one of those shock fences. But I get nervous every time I go by there with the kids. Oh yeah, I got Early's. The pizza oven that we use. I got that from Early's cafe when it went out of business. So that's where our pizza oven came from. So that's pretty cool. Small world. Good to see you. Hey, Mama Bear, Megan, Sue, Melissa, Heather. Good to see everybody. Oh, you're watching the ads. Look at that. You guys are so good. How was the day? It was okay. I had 3 or 4 jobs scheduled. I never heard back from that other people. There was some cute older couple that were waiting for their TV to come in, their smart TV, so I could help them hook it up. They're supposed to get here today, and they were going to call me when it came in, but it says now it's supposed to be here in the afternoon, but I never heard back from them. All my other jobs ended up being duds. One of them was for some speakers. The sound wasn't working on his laptop. I went out there and plugged them in, and it was working, so I couldn't charge him for that. The next one, I was going to check on the guy's printer, and he wasn't home, and that's just kind of how it goes. Now it's Tom's Pizza. Yep. Glad you came on. Feeling kind of low, too. Yeah, I'm feeling low all the time. I'm afraid I'm going to get used to it, and this will just be permanent low. But generally doing all right. We can keep each other company. Oh, hey. I was like, who's lightning? Who would say that? Oh, Ryan. I haven't told everybody else about that yet. So you guys know that my red car, the engine blew on it. And a really good, well, I mean, he's a good friend of mine. I sold furniture with his wife, and he's a really nice guy. And he happened to be on the stream, apparently, when I was telling the story of the car breaking down and how, me and Andrea bought that car before we had any kids. We bought it together. It was the first thing we did together. And we bought it in like 2000. And I was lamenting the fact that everything we bought is breaking down now. You know, couch is gone, washer and dryer are gone. There's a huge list of things, actually. That sounds all appliance-y and big things, but lots of little things just breaking down and getting lost and not working anymore. Microwave is going out, and it still works, but it's got issues. It's probably not going to last forever. And anyways, he decided to just kidnap the car from the repair shop and just put an engine in it, which was like, I couldn't believe it. And so I made a post on Facebook about it, and so he, I kind of advertising his business. He's got a roofing business in Gillette, Pro Plus Roofing, and he responded with some pictures of where he's going to be putting it in, and he's asking everybody, what should we put on it, guys? Should we paint it, or should we what should we put on it? And someone said lightning bolts, and then someone, oh, make it Lightning McQueen. That was Ryan there was chiming in, and I went out and saw him. I wanted to get some footage of him putting the engine in, so I went out and with Eden the other day when we were getting that bike. If you happen to see me on Facebook, we got Eden a new bike, and he. Anyways, it looks like Lightning McQueen now. It's got 95 on the side with the lightning bolt, just like Lightning McQueen. It's hilarious, and he took you guys really seriously. So everybody who wasn't commenting on that thread missed out on being able to put input in on the new car. I'm going to do some Christmas shopping. Anyways, it's pretty exciting. He got the engine in. There were some hiccups. Wasn't running right. He needed a couple other things, but he finally got it. And he was fixing stuff that the repair shop couldn't fix when I had it in there. They didn't know what was wrong with it. So it's very cool. Asher, have any plans for the van? It hasn't really moved at all. I mean, he doesn't know what to do on his own. He's messed with it a little bit in the back, but he needs help, and that's kind of a daddy-son project we can do. But I mean, I just don't have the time for that right now. That's a back burner thing. But yes, this is a bring your own snacks. Heck, vegan snacks work. I probably get some. I get some vegetable points by proxy through you, Grape Tomato Girl. So, I need to pray for all of you. How are you doing, Tom? How's youth group going for you all? It's nice. The kids are absolutely warming up. We've gone 2 times now, and the little kids love it every time. Eden started warming up to it. She's still shy and feeling a little awkward. All the older kids are really, but they're doing better. They had a little contest thing with some questions in the high school group, and my boys, I was really proud. I was kind of waiting for that because I'm pretty sure my kids are going to smoke all the other kids at like Bible trivia. And there was 25 questions, and all the ones that were about Bible trivia they did really good on. But a lot of them were like unscramble things or word pictures and trying to decide what they were and those kinds of things. So they missed some of those, but I'm still really proud. Oh, Andreas in here. I didn't see, but good to see you. I see somebody talking to you, anyways. Pray for you, Tom, and the kids too. I think about you every day. Aw. Well, thank you guys. We certainly could use the prayers. So. Super seems to have a lot of quizzing competition. That's the best kind, if you ask me. I'm sure it's like all icebreaker stuff, right? I mean, that's generally what they're doing. I think they gave away some prizes and stuff for whoever got the most right, and something good to talk about and to generate conversation. I'm all for it. That's why they're going. I want them to be able to meet other kids and have fun and just, meet a bunch of other people. That's my thought. Got to get the guys, the boys' wives, and have them all make friends. Yep, we're going to Grandma Kitty's house for Thanksgiving. But I kind of thought I kind of teased the idea of having some sort of a YouTube Thanksgiving, and there's a lot of people I know, and I've heard from YouTube, you guys that are home for Thanksgiving, and either because of COVID or various other reasons, there's not a lot of people going out and traveling and stuff, and so they're going to be home alone. And I thought we should do some sort of YouTube Thanksgiving, but of course, Grandma Kitty is doing it like at 1 o'clock, so I was going to do it a little early. And then she told me, I'm making all stuff the kids are going to like. We're going to have spaghetti and all kinds of things that the kids are actually going to eat because, we're the Mills family and we're super picky. But you guys are going to fill up if you have a early thing. And so then I thought, what would be really cute is if I let the little girls serve us plastic Thanksgiving. They have a whole bunch of play food and they can set a little play table and we can have a plastic Thanksgiving and just be thankful for things together as a little YouTube family. And I thought that would be really cute and fun. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Hey there, Debbie. It should be fun that way. Hot cocoa, yeah, sure. Grinch is working early this year. You want to take our Thanksgiving away and Christmas. Yeah, it's unfortunate for a lot of people. There's like laws in some. I think California tried to pass a law that you can't go out for Thanksgiving or have more than so many people or I don't know, some strange stuff like that. I read some story. Someone just asked if we could have a piece of cake. My reply, we have cake? He says, well, not anymore. That's awesome. What are the cooking instructions for the breadsticks? I think I saw 370. Oh, I didn't say that, did I? So I've gone through different stages. So what I do now is I do 375 for 22 minutes in a non-preheated oven. So that way you get a little bit more rising time as the oven gets to temperature. So that's how I've been doing it for a long time, and it works really well. Are you and the kids making sides for Thanksgiving? I'll be making cheesecake. So I always make little cheesecakes, and I'm not sure if they will do anything else or not, but I was on lockdown. Nothing after 10 p.m. Can't go anywhere. No, that's unfortunate. Dad decided he's not coming home to us for Christmas. Oh, that's so sad. Who's that one? Gotta be safe this year. Still have a loved ones with us next year. Yep, I totally understand. Pennsylvania is recommending only eat with people that live in your home. Why don't you make a pizza dough and decide you needed a man apron? You're wiping your hands on your pants. Yeah, but I'm a man. Men are allowed. It says in my license. Nobody actually needs to follow the rules. At what point do we stop making choices for ourselves? Well, I tend to agree. Oh, found this was on. Is the cat there with you? I saw him asleep at the top of the stairs. So, no. And I had the door closed. It doesn't sound like the kids are out there, so I guess if I leave the door open, the kitty might run in. I was worried one of the little girls were going to come in here when they weren't ready, when they were getting ready for bed. But it looks like the coast is clear now, so we'll give the kitty a chance to come on in. Thanksgiving is not fake news, just asking for a friend. Well, I'm having Thanksgiving. You can darn well bet that. She caused Andrea to use to make a list for all the kids to help make something for Thanksgiving. That's true. No more than 65 people Expect numbers to go up afterwards. We all pray for boyfriend's brother. He was a victim of a gunshot. His brain is slowly dying. Oh man, that's so sad. Dear Lord, please wake that boy up and help him to heal up. In Jesus' name, amen. Oh, hey, Abigail. Some cats are awesome like yours. My cat's pretty awesome, but he's kind of a step cat. I'm fairly certain he has another home. So at this point, I'm like, I want to go put a collar on him. I know cats and collars don't always get along in today's world, but heck, 10 years ago, no one cared if you put a collar on a cat. That was standard procedure. Anyways, and put a little tag on him with our phone number and send a little message to whoever else's house he goes to. But he certainly is nice. When I go out to pray every morning, he's out there with me, sitting next to me and rubbing up on me, and I love him a lot. So that's right. That's what I'm saying. He's mine. Bars and restaurants have to stop serving at 10 p.m. Our Walmart just went to 11 p.m. We're kind of going the other way. Walmart was 10 p.m. Now it's 11 p.m. Woohoo! 1 extra hour at Walmart. Put the GoPro on him. Oh, that'd be hilarious. I'd probably lose my GoPro. Oh, there's AC. Give me the fun game stuff. Game Pro. I was EGM. EGM was me all the way. I loved EGM. Whatever happened? I wonder what the last episode was that to have. That was pretty fun. Name it and claim it. That's right. I speak. The kitty cat is mine. Haven't been able to do any bike riding lately. That's unfortunate. It's a little cold, but the biggest problem is the stupid sun goes down at 4:30. Good grief. It's ridiculous. So it's very hard to get up early enough. I've been having fun. There's this place about 7 miles north where there's trees perfectly spaced apart right by the lake where I can bring my little hammock and set it up there and lay down and take a little nap. It's super fun, but haven't been able to do it lately. Hi, Elizabeth. How long does it take to get you to Walmart? It's a 30-minute drive to Walmart. Wyoming has the least amount in the country for now. Well, I'm sure it'll always be that way. I mean, we have the least amount of people in the country, so that's always we're always gonna have less cases, I think. So we have less than 500,000 people in the whole state, and it's the 7th largest. Oh, that's on GoldenEye. 64? Oh man, GoldenEye those were the days, right? Those were the days. Pretty great game. Protection. If you put a collar on him for his protection, please leave name and number. Too many cats lost never get back home. Open your heart to your little fur baby. The kitty would bring you so much joy. I didn't mean to open my heart to him. He took it. You know, I'd be literally out there praying, sometimes crying my eyes out, and the little cat comes up and jumps in my lap when my eyes are closed, and it's like, oh, hey, it's a kitty cat. And then sometimes I'll be laying in bed, of course, laying in bed all alone, super sad and trying to fall asleep, and darn cat will walk up on me and he'll get on my chest and he'll just put his forehead right on my forehead. And it's like, who told him to do that? It's like creepy how appropriate it is sometimes. So he's definitely my buddy. You know, if it wasn't a boy, I'd swear, you know, Andrea was, you know, obviously I don't think people can go into cats, but he's always there when I need him. So play Among Us with the fans. I'm working on a Mills family Among Us thing. It might even become a regular thing. I don't know. Where we can play Among Us, and then everybody has a camera on their face, and then we'll follow probably my scene of what's going on in the game. And that way, I imagine when Solly, you know, kills somebody, you can see you just get all excited, and I just totally can imagine it. It'd be so fun. So that might be hilarious to do. You taking time off for the holiday? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to schedule any jobs. I don't think. Have I scheduled jobs? Isn't it next week? Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Isn't it the 26th? I haven't scheduled anything yet. I doubt anybody calls, so it's not like I have to take it off and schedule it because who's going to call their computer guy on Thanksgiving? Nobody. Did you jump kick on Goro or did you actually fight him? Um, that's awesome. That's the kind of question you would ask. I absolutely did not jump kick. I was a Sub-Zero guy, so you could get him a little pattern, uppercut, you freeze, uppercut, slide, freeze, uppercut, slide, freeze, uppercut, slide, freeze. You could do that until he dies. So if you did it real fast. StreamYards or Zoom live stream. I don't know what Zoom is. I don't know what StreamYards is, or unless you're saying I should StreamYards. I don't know that one. Oculus Quest 2. I love it. I got one. It's right over there on my nightstand. Andrea would never let me put a VR thing on the dresser, but I guess one of the perks of being alone, I suppose. Cat is resting on my crochet work, sleeping and staring sometimes. Yep. Sister would call a computer guy on a holiday. She freaks out if she's offline more than a few minutes. Oh, that's funny. Hey, Justine, good to see you. 530 people sharing the love with you tonight. Well, I can certainly use that. You guys know that, I mean, it sounds corny, and I've said it before, but you guys are a YouTube family, and I love having you guys. So this is super therapy for me. I always seem like I'm fine on the video, but I'm mostly not fine. So, but when I'm talking to you guys, all my stuff just kind of goes out of my head for a little while, and it's nice to have a rest from it. Sometimes it feels like I can't breathe, and this is like a breath, I guess. And so it's real nice. But I'm sure the Lord knows what he's doing. I wish he'd clue me in, but meaning behind Thanksgiving, how did it originate? I think it has to do with the Pilgrims, right? On I think it's the second winter or something like that, when they weren't going to survive, and I think the Indians helped them plant food and stuff and navigate planting things, and I think it was just being thankful they made it through the winter. I think that's where it came from. Oh, thank you, Angela. You get a pizza break next week unless it's changed. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Hadn't thought about that. Talking's the best therapy. It's true. Talking is the best therapy, but I'm an INTJ. I can't talk to people. So it's strange. I can mostly talk with you guys. I'm like 80% open when I'm talking to you guys. And I think it's because you're like everyone and no one all at the same time. Other than that, if someone came to my house and started talking to me, I'd be like, hey, how's it going? Crazy weather we're having. Oh, yeah. How about them 49ers, huh? Or I don't know. I'd make up all kinds of garbage stuff other than to talk about anything real. But talking to you guys, I can do that, sort of. I don't know why, but it's a blessing to me. It really is a blessing to me because I struggle a lot. I'm fairly certain this is going to always be this way, and this is just my new life. And that sucks. So it's nice to be able to have you guys. StreamYard is a program where you can have at least 6 screen live. Oh, okay. That's not true. You can talk quite well. Well, not normally. Not normally. It's extremely rare that I can open up to somebody. So it's nice when I can. but not always an opportunity for that. Kitty's trying to heal you. That's how gray cats are. They just know when your heart is hurting, precious things, little angels in fur. I mean, I don't know that I ever said cats are little angels in fur, but he's up there purring and being nice and sweet to me when I have nothing else to be sweet to me. So that's extremely nice. I like it a lot. But like I said, I think he's got other homes. So somebody, Eden out there, Eden and Justus were outside today, and some neighbors picked up the cat Cornelius, and they're like, "Oh, someone took Cornelius! I saw him! Someone took Cornelius!" But it's just some little kids playing with him, and he came back soon after. So I don't have any lady friends right now. You trolls think you're all smart and clever, but you couldn't be more wrong. Do you ever think you would post as much as you have on this channel? Nope. Never thought that. Terrorists or counter-terrorists? It didn't make much difference. I like using the AK, so that was cool on the terrorist side. But it didn't make much difference. It was about the same game either way. Sometimes I'd forget which team I was on. Definitely therapy for me. Coming up on my husband's 2-year anniversary of his death. Definitely don't feel alone. I've been exactly where you're at. Definitely don't feel alone. Definitely been where you're at. Oh, well, if it's his 2-year anniversary and you don't feel alone anymore, I don't know how those things work, but I don't expect to get there. You or Andrea say once that it was Thomas's idea to start the YouTube channel. How did that come about? I think I've heard someone say that before, but I don't know that that's true. I do not have knowledge of that story. I remember kind of talking about it. Thomas might have said something off the cuff, but I don't know that it was his idea or not. I don't know. I probably hurt his feelings if he ever hears that, because I just don't know that story. Were you able to open up to April? Yeah, somewhat. Eat turkey. Abraham Lincoln officially declared it a holiday. North Americans have been eating turkey for a long time, I believe. Well, the turkey is the reason why Benjamin Franklin wanted to make turkey our national bird. My best friend and the mom on 8 years ago. I totally missed the anniversary of her passing. I was so upset when I realized it. Amy Donnie, I was driving and all. Aw. Still remember us? Come back. Manuel? What? I don't know. Do I know Manuel? I think so. I don't know. She did say that he was going to start his own channel. He would have been pretty young. Maybe he was. I don't know the story. It's our national bird, or was going to be. Yeah, it was. It was. What is the 30-second delay? You must be saying the same time as I was. He said the eagle was a bird of bad moral character. So turkey was a much more noble bird as far as he was concerned. But big fat turkey isn't quite as cool as an eagle. But eagles are dirty birds. They're birds of prey, and they also feed their weak young to the strong young. George, I think I know George Takei. Of course I do. Oh, really? Imagine if it was our nation's bird, yet we killed thousands every November. Well, as soon as it became our nation's bird, we wouldn't be able to eat them. We'd probably be eating We'd eating, eagles instead of turkeys. That's like making fish our national animal. I mean, you can't not eat fish. I don't think you can not eat turkeys. Like God made them nice and fat to be wonderful and tasty. Holly Dolly's not here, so I won't probably offend her yet. Oh my. Oh, I think he said that too, but he's more known for oh my. Yeah, that's true. No, I'm sure I've heard him say that. What do you do for sunlight during the long Wyoming winters? Oh, we get out still. It's not. There's still walks we can go on. Those types of things. Pain and support. Fight the trolls. Agreed, Chris. Question no one else can answer. Thinking back to the first couple of months after no, I think he said that. Thinking back to the first couple of months after Andrea died, what's the one thing you feel has improved since then? Oh man, the couch. Just oh my. Okay, well you got me. You got me. I like to remember things incorrectly. It's way more fun my way. I wouldn't be giving you any hilariousness. I don't know if anything's improved. The couch is improved, but I don't know if I can think about anything else that's improved. I don't know that I would want to. It's not legal to kill a bald eagle when the Americans for the head feathers. Yeah, that's what I mean. If the turkey was, or they say Burby, you couldn't eat turkeys anymore. I was freaked out by turkeys. It wasn't until Wyoming that I would see turkeys in the wild. And I swear, I went to a customer's house, and they had this pine tree out front. And I looked up, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I saw like 10 turkeys just chilling in the tree. And they were male turkeys. And they were like all big and blue and ugly and just hanging in the tree. The branches were about to hit the ground. And it was like, what am I looking at? I thought demons were on the loose or something because I've never seen something like that. It was really creepy. Watch one of your earlier vlogs. Andrea's death talked about how you want to extend the house as she always wanted to. Is that still the plan? I still have those plans, and that's definitely something I'm thinking about. But I figure I'd wait to see what God has for us in our life. If heck, maybe God will bring a lady around someday, and maybe she'll want to add on and have her own opinions, or maybe she'll have to move for some reason. If you do the Brady Bunch thing, and I meet a single woman with 9 kids, and I have 9 kids, and we'll have 18 kids, and have to move. So I don't know. No telling. So I'm mostly just keeping my savings there and just going to go see what happens. Never met Tom. I'm a Northern California guy. You're Inland Empire. Yep. Cali guy. Oh, yeah. Sure enough. Well, good to see you, Manuel. I wish I had gone to the beach more when I was in California. I totally took it for granted. Hybrid bed. Give me a review. That's the one I got. I love it. I love it. It's wonderful. What hobby have you always wanted to take on? I have lots of hobbies that I still call them my hobbies that I haven't done in 20 years, like painting. I majored in computer graphics and took a lot of painting classes and art, and I loved it. They would play music, peaceful music, and I would paint, and it was just so great. And I still imagine going out in the middle of a field during a rainstorm and under like some sort of a glass covering or something and just painting, or maybe in heaven. I had to make her question as to what has improved. That was not great when Andrew's alive. Rather than your first days as she died, where are you now? Has anything improved? Oh, I have more days where there's been a few isolated incidents where I felt completely normal for a very short time, and that was always really nice. But um, I have longer times of being able to feel okay, and then I've kind of gotten more of a streamlined idea with school and getting somewhat of a routine going. It's a good routine, but it's a lot of work for me, and it's usually all day, every day, and it gets old. But we're managing better, I think. Do it, paint. Oh, I just don't have the time to paint. And again, I don't know. I mean, I really enjoy creating and painting that way. I don't understand all those things. I know I like acrylics, and I'm not awesome at it. but I really enjoy it. I find it relaxing and peaceful, and it just seems, I don't know, it just seems relaxing and peaceful, special somehow. Those days will come along more. You know, everybody says that, and I always say, I think it's going to be just like it is now, and I'm never going to feel any better than I do now. And everybody else says, no, that's stupid. That's not going to happen. You'll feel better later. And I was like, I don't think so. Yeah, the van is better, obviously, our van situation, but relationship with the kids is improved, less sadness. Yeah, they're definitely, the kids are definitely progressing. As somebody who's lost his dad when I was 10, I kind of know what it's like to go through that loss, and so they still have bouts of sadness. All of the kids I know still get sad sometimes, and I'm glad I can be there for them. Papa Gary's doing good. Your awful shock has listed sadness has replaced it, confidence coming back. Oh, I don't know about confidence. I mean, I should paint. There's a lot of things I should be doing. But even now, talking to you guys, I'm talking to you guys because I want to talk to you guys, because it makes me not feel so sad and alone. But I should be doing something else. I should be ironing in little dots into the back of their clothes, or getting recipe cards together, or I don't know, 1,000 other things. Editing videos. I haven't edited a video in a couple of weeks, and I feel ashamed for not doing more things. But here I am. I certainly don't have time to start painting. Someday in the future, if God ever settles me down, maybe I'll do painting. And binging Andrew's older videos. Y'all's vacation to California was so fun. We're in isolation for 12 more days. I can hunker down and put organization ideas to use. So that's awesome, Grape Tomato Girl. I always like reading your messages on those old videos. It feels great. You have a favorite scripture that brings you peace? I think you're doing a great job praying for you and your family. So one of the downsides of being so familiar with scripture is you know them all, and they're all wonderful and useful and true, but somehow they become less special. You know how I used to read a verse and think, I've never heard that verse before. It's so great, it just spoke to me. And that happens less and less and less as I've heard all the verses so many times. So I'm still thinking about, Lamentations 3 has given me a lot of peace. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I need to. So the whole chapter is a bunch of sorrow, but then there's some hope in the middle of it. Your pizza night. I need a drink after watching that. I had a few comments like that, not realizing the behind the scenes on the pizza making was a little more intense than people thought it was. Well, hey, Chad. Always confused. Oh, I'm sorry, King. Who's your favorite singer or singers? Oh, that's a fun question. You didn't say favorite music or favorite artist. You said favorite singer or singers. That's a more pointed question. I have a hard time coming up with favorites, but I really like Waylon Jennings. I've been listening to a lot of Waylon Jennings right now. I think that they're hauntingly beautiful. I love it. That's what I've listened to a lot right now. I still like Lorena McKennitt, Enya, Kate Price. My words have endless meanings when I read the whole chapter. Oh, they do. I'm not saying the Bible doesn't speak to me anymore. There's a lot of powerful verses in it, powerful words, and a lot of encouragement in it. I don't know. Maybe less magical sometimes just because you just know it. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, I guess. Good to see you, Chad. the children dealing with this pandemic? Well, we're in a pretty lucky spot of the world. We don't really have much to deal with out here. It's apart from signs in a couple places and seeing people with masks on occasionally. It's not really that much different. Things aren't really closed here. How was your special time with Claudia yesterday? It was fun. It was fun. By the end of the hour, she had bailed out, though. She wanted to play Among Us, but I don't know if she actually wanted to play Among Us. I might have to choose something with her next time, maybe make a craft with her. But I let her choose whatever she wanted to do. I said, we can play Barbies, we could do this, we could do that. And she said, well, I want to play Among Us, I want to play Among Us. But the other kids wanted to play Among Us. And we already learned last time that playing Among Us as 2 players doesn't work. It's not fun for her. So I let, of course, Solly stay up, and Eden stay up, and Sophia stay up. We all played Among Us together. They had a lot of fun. It was cute. For a while there, Claudia came and sat on my lap, and we played together as a team. It was nice. Any time to start going back to church? Well, we've been going to the youth group. So that's at a church, and that's nice. Maybe you should pray to get back your first love for God. Then you won't feel like you know everything about the Bible because no one knows everything about God. Oh, I mean, I'm not sure what you mean there. I'm not trying to say I don't have a love for God. I absolutely do. And I mean, the Bible's playing right now. It's literally just turned down. It runs all the time. I play it all the time. And I love the Lord. He's very close to me. But I haven't. I've heard. I don't know. I'm just very familiar with all the verses, so it's not something that magically brings me comfort anymore. I have to go looking for the comfort, and I know where to look, and I like reading it. Like I said, Lamentations 3 is spoken to me. I love the Lord. It's my entire life and existence. So if you read into there that I'm sick of God, don't see that. Yeah, Chad kind of gets it, I guess. Don't think you'll ever be better, but grief does change. I want to finish reading that. You'll find happiness, but the loss will always be there. As time goes, you think of her and smile more instead of sadness. People say that. I hope it's true, but I don't know. Hannah sleep there with the big girls now. Today's sleepover night, so they're all in different beds right now. Christmas, make Among Us figurines for the kids. I saw that. You can print out the Among Us stuff. That might be fun for them. What's sleepover night? Sleepover night is just Friday night at our house, but they're allowed to sleep in anybody else's beds. So there's usually a party down in Justus's bed. Sometimes they sleep in the girls' beds. Anybody can sleep in any bed they want to, and they can they can have their tablets on Friday nights, and so they have to lay down. But there is a little more party atmosphere going on around here. Hey there, Joey. Yeah, Danielle, I hear you. I don't know if it's trolls or if that's they're legitimately interested, but that's just part of what happens when my life is out there. Yeah, I'm not. Me and April aren't together anymore. So, yep, not together. I made a video about it if you're interested. I think it's called Updates in Purpose, so you can watch that. I accidentally removed the default App Store apps with my Windows 10 install. Oh, really? All of them? Interesting. Maybe angry with God, Tom. Totally understandable if you are. Don't let negativity get into your skin. Me and God, I mean, I've been angry at God. Am I still? I don't. I think it's mostly past, and I'm very grateful. I mean, he knows he can take it. I mean, David has Psalms where he's mad at God. That's okay. And God called David a man after his own heart. I think there's a bad rap on knowing that God understands our pain. He understands where we came from. It says, Hebrews says, he experienced everything we did. And when he was during his time on earth, he offered up prayers and petitions with loud cries and tears to the one who could save him from death. So that was Jesus's life. He understood. He understands where we're at. Faith isn't just nodding your head in obedience and acting like everything's all sunny. It's being real and being honest with the Lord when it's good or bad. That doesn't mean I hate him. I don't know what he's doing. And heck, he knows I don't know what he's doing. He's God. So if I understood God, I'd be God. So PowerShell command. Yeah, there's unprovisioned apps. Unprovisioned apps are a big problem. When you make a thing, you want to generally stay off the internet when you make an image. Otherwise, apps get provisioned if you're not in audit mode. Oh, well, thank you. Do your kids play Roblox? Oh, yeah. They love Roblox. They love Roblox. Hey, Christy. Glad you can make it. God knows if we were upset if we don't tell him. Yeah, he definitely knows. And I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to say, I'm so amazing that I'm not mad at God. Not at all. I know that all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. I know that. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can quote all those verses and tell you, but that doesn't mean that I'm not mad at God. So I'm not going to lie. I am angry. I see wicked people with terrible marriages living to be 80 years old. And, me and Andrea was the godliest woman I've ever laid eyes on this planet. And, it takes her at 40. I know there's a purpose in it. I know it's going to work out. And I know he's got plans for me. That doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Next update you want to do to the house. Well, tomorrow I'll be finishing putting some pine pine boards along the wall and finishing the last of a bookcase. I might build a new weird bookcase in between. I haven't decided how I want to design that yet, but that's what we're working on right now. Hopefully we call trolls stick around long enough to become one of us. I mean, this is one of the best YouTube family. Aw, that's awesome. Great tomato girl. It's happened before. We've had 2 trolls that were used to be trolls and now we're no longer, and they're fans instead. But they like to hate. They like to hate us. I got to give them something every now and then. They flipped out the other day when I flashed my pictures on the screen and analyzing pictures, and it's just hilarious. That's a simplified version of what I was going to say. No, good. When you say godly, what do you mean by it? Someone who loves God, is devoted to him, or do it? No, I think that's generally accurate, Sarah. Lee, adding the suffix lee onto it is going to be something that's like it. So if you're godly, you're godlike. Of course, godlike sounds like you're blaspheming, so you don't say I'm godlike. But if you act like the character of God and you seek after like he taught us to be, I consider that godly. You went from family 4 to 7 in a matter of 2 hours. Wow, that's awesome. Greatest. I think that situation you're in there would be more challenging and difficult because they're outside the normal scope of your guys' rule set and your life. You'll assimilate them shortly, I'm sure, but probably a little challenging, but I wouldn't change a busy family for anything. I seem angry? Am I angry? I didn't mean to be angry. Did the kitty come in? I didn't see him. Simple version of what you're going to say. I saw that. God is wrathful at times. I'm godlike. Did you date a lady who doesn't have kids? I don't think that makes a difference, whether they have kids or not. Yeah, nothing to do with keep up with someone they don't like. Their lives are probably miserable. I think that they like me more than anybody else, honestly. The trolls will get on there and they will analyze what I say and write down timestamps, give people a map to everything that happened. And I think that they like the channel more than most people. I'd call them very, very dedicated fans. Nurse at a place for mentally challenged adults. One of the guys used to say, God don't like ugly. Wow. I don't know if I can say that. Yeah, the wall's fun. Andrea hand painted the wall. So it's got sentimental value. She wanted to paint over it 1,000 times, and I wouldn't let her. It's corny. Sleep with the kids. No. Well, sometimes you sleep with Claudia. That's true. How do you know they do that? Well, I know that they do. Been alone for 6 years now. It's lonely. My mate didn't pass. He just left. Maybe it's different, but I feel like it's been a death. I have my profile in a relationship, so I can't come to terms. I understand that, Heather. Sometimes I think that might be worse. I think about that sometimes because Andrea died and she loved me with all of her heart. And to have to deal with someone leaving and saying the opposite is probably really hard. Entire groups of people intentionally try to take down other YouTubers, cause problems for them. Oh yeah, for sure. I like that bookcase. It looked better when there was no books in it. It looks really professional. All those sideways books in there. I got to stain it first, but I'm going to put the books all in it right because I had to take them all back down again and stain before I can put the books away. But I didn't have time to do it. Yep, it's still a thing, Mama Bear. Good luck, and there's an actual better recipe page for it. So if you're going off the live I did the other night, do a YouTube search for Tom Mills pizza recipe, and you'll find the better one. Were you always religious, even when you lived in California? Yeah, I mean, I was raised Christian, but it didn't come to be as real for me until was it before we left California? No, it was probably after I got married. I'm not sure. It was over the whole eschatology thing and realizing that. Oh, hey, kitty, kitty. Come here, kitty, kitty. Hey there. Hey there. He is a good boy. Yes, I love my kitty. I'll leave you alone. If you want to go lay down, I won't bother you. Wow, that's awesome, Chad. Move down to 240. I'm at like 230, 229, something like that. I'm almost at my ideal weight. Wish I could say it was discipline. It's just mostly apparently sadness or grief or something. Right there, Hannah. What are you doing up? Go back and lay down. You soon put up a homeschool day. Yeah, I need to. I have so much editing to do, guys. I have so much editing to do. It's frustrating. I wanted to do a day in the life on a Thursday that's when we start the homeschool routine. So I can show you guys pretty much my whole day. And I plan on doing it. I set an alarm on Wednesday so I'd remember the next day, and I forgot. So Joseph, Old Testament, you're lost. Devil intended for evil, God will use it for good. That's right. That's right. I think a lot about uh, Abraham when he buried Leah and Rachel and how sad he was, and in Jacob when it says the spirit of their father Jacob revived when he realized that Joseph was alive. That's always awesome. I always like, maybe that'll happen to me someday. Maybe my spirit will revive someday. Did you lock the snack room door? Well, we've had an extra thing on it. There's a little place you can put a piece of wood and block the door, because it has a lock on it, but the kids very quickly learned how to unlock it. So we've got a way to block the door where they can't get in, but we haven't had to use it, but we're definitely using it now. So hadn't gotten into her snack since her last raid. Well, you know what? I would not have known about it. God only knows how long Hannah has been raiding snacks. We have a lot of snacks in this house, and if some disappear, you probably wouldn't notice it because I buy enough snacks for a month. People are like, "You have the sugar. You guys have so much sugar." And I realize when I buy, 6 boxes of Pop-Tarts, there's like 4 Pop-Tarts in a box, and each kid can have Pop-Tarts like one day a month, basically. And anyways, so I think she probably could have been doing it for a long time. I've noticed sometimes she wouldn't want to eat her dinner. She wouldn't be hungry. I thought, why aren't you eating your dinner, sweet girl? And she wouldn't eat it. She seems still fine, but so there's no telling how long this has been going on. But now that we know, from Estonia, I knew some people from Estonia. Your hat, is that my cat or your cat? Kate's closed door. It says right in front of the TV, scared of. Oh, that's so funny. How did she get away from everyone to go off and do that? It's news to me. I would not have known about it even now if, I'm not sure who caught her. One of the kids caught her red-handed and showed Grandma Kitty, and she was in there. And you know those little pudding packs? You know, to peel the top off? And she's 2, and she could peel the top off, throw it in the garbage, eat all the pudding, throw the pudding in the garbage, and no evidence. And I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she did it. What's your lives on? Usually I don't comment till tonight. Oh, hey, Charlotte's voice. I missed it if you said something else. I'm always glad when we coax you lurkers coming out. You want to realize the vast majority of people are lurkers. So, meaning people that just watch and don't comment or anything, which is totally fine. So this channel is here for lurkers. So you can feel totally comfortable lurking. But if you ever want to say something, it's always nice to hear from you. See you, Chad. You should consider hiring an editor. I saw that, Shannon. I mean, it's not like there's like people I can hire for editors. It's not like there's a editor hiring store. And even if there was, half the feel of the channel is in the editing. And I know how Andrea edited, and it's, I don't know that I'd want it to take on another feel or not. So I'm not wild about that idea, but I don't have the time to do it, so I don't know. You've been watching a little Hannah snatching food and laughing about it. Maybe so. Maybe so. Hey, lurkers. Lurker shout out. Well, hey, Liza. Good to see you. That's okay. You don't have to say something. It's just always nice to know you guys are out there. Hey, Andrea. That always is weird for me to say that. Doing okay, I guess. The older boys for editing. I thought about that. It's possible, but again, I lean on the kids for doing the chores and helping out in various things, and I mean, I may be close to the how much I want of them, so we'll see. I always watch hardly ever post. I'm here. Well, hey, Ann, good to see you. Lurker from Missouri. Look at all the lurkers coming out of the woodwork. Thanks, lurkers. It's nice to know you're out there. It means a lot. And I get on and I just know, I just see that there's a lot of people here watching, and I can tell you what's going on in my life, and it feels good to talk about what's going on in my life. And I don't know. I like being able to do this. I'm very blessed to have this as an outlet for you guys, and I enjoy it. It's a blessing, and a good portion of my life is really not emotional. And from an emotional perspective, it just sucks. And I don't know if I'll ever get past it or how that works, but it's nice to be able to talk to someone else for a change. Among Us is pretty great. Did you play Among Us with your followers? Sure, I do that. I do that. What does it say on your door? 666 in the chat. Asher would love that. That's Andrea's rules. You can't really see it from here, but it says no heckling, bickering, and throwing tantrums. No leaving messes behind. Obey right away. Do routines and chores at the appointed times. No playing before lessons. Keep school records correctly. Those are the rules on there. No, thank you, Robin. Sometimes it's good for us lurkers to hear about others' lives. I've had an abundance of crisis in my life the past month, and I enjoy just watching. I understand very much, Shannon. I enjoy very much, and just knowing that I've shared it with my poems. If you follow me on Facebook at all, um, I've been writing poems since Andrea died, and I don't know why. I never wrote a poem in my life apart from school English projects. But since she died, I find myself difficult to explain really how I feel and what I'm doing and where I'm at. And so to think of the exact words, there's this thing about Proverbs where it says that the teacher sought and found just the right words. And I really liked what it said, that he really thought hard about the Proverbs he was writing, and he made them clever and beautiful and useful. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about when I do write my poems. And I'll work for a couple hours writing a short little poem, and I put my heart into it and try to get exactly how I'm feeling. And then after I do it, I can share it with you guys, and then you guys tell me it's great or whatever. And heck, maybe I'm just an egotistical, guy. But once I've shared that and you guys have read it, it makes me feel so good. It's like to know that I took so much time to figure out exactly how I'm feeling, because I'm so bad at describing my feelings. And then for you guys to know it, someone knows now how I feel, it makes me feel great, so heavenly. And so I like doing that. If I had to write the poem and not share it, it wouldn't help at all. It would be useless. So in that respect, anyways, it's nice to be able to try to get things out and see. I think men take their wives passing harder. Maybe that's why women usually outlive men. Who knows? Yeah, some people have shared all kinds of statistics with me that the suicide rate among male widows is really high compared to female widows, and I think it is. I mean, I've read a lot of other articles that seem to indicate that it's harder for men for some reason. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Oh, your poetry called Letters to Andrea. No one would want to buy that. Single mom to a 9-year-old girl. Guess a big fan of lurker. Even though I don't have much in common, I really enjoy these videos and watch Andrew for about 3 years. Oh, that's awesome, Allison. 9-year-old girl. Well, that sounds great. I'm glad you're out there and just knowing that you are. Can you close in on the sticker on your door? Maybe. It'd be a lot of work to do it. And I'd have to adjust it back again. Maybe your painting too is a pen. Oh, hey, Biz Lizzie. So nice to see some of you lurkers saying some things. You don't have to say things. I love you just as much even if you're not saying anything. What name is used for your Facebook? It's just Tom Mills. So if you just look on Tom Mills on Facebook and look, it's the same profile picture as the profile picture on my avatar on YouTube. So you'll recognize that hopefully. I'm losing my husband of 25 years of brain cancer and dementia. It's going to be difficult when God calls him home. I'm so sorry, Charlotte's voice. My grandma had the same thing. It's so difficult to see that happen. Walmart grocery shopping. Well, good to see you, Maria. You used to put them in a book for your children. I've got them saved on my phone, and it all goes into an online cloud thing. So people, all my kids, I hope to see it. I've been writing notes to my kids for as long as I can remember. All the different things in my life. I have notes going back to my whole life. And I hope that maybe they'll be useful to my kids someday. It's 9:30 here now. You putting merch out soon? I love to buy some. I keep saying I'm going to do that. It's one of those many things that I need to do with all my free time that I don't have. So I need to have another breakthrough, a way to figure out how to get more time back. Either giving up a job or stop being a lazy loser who just fritters away the time he has. It's like when I do finally get free time, I just fritter it away. And then I feel so guilty about it later. But if I can figure out how to get some time back, I can start. That was my thing. You guys saw me do that live Tuesday work day. I did unofficially one of those. You guys saw it. It meant to be on Tuesday where I'd hang out for a couple hours and do some project for the house. That's probably going to be how I do it. I need to schedule it in my phone, say that's what I'm going to do. But I'm already doing too many things, and I just started doing this, hang out with the kids more, and we just started doing youth group. It's like we have more project-y appointments now, and that gives me less time. Some things are going to have to go by the wayside at some point. But where did Andrea get her lovely long denim skirts? Did she make them herself or buy them? While she had made them in the past, she did buy them. I wish I could tell you where she bought them. So I don't know. Best thing about Wyoming? Well, the best thing about Wyoming is that the population is the least in the country. That has some serious advantages. T-shirts and a book of poetry for your merch. Yeah, maybe. I keep thinking maybe I get a lot of people wanting to send money still. I keep thinking maybe I'll just do a Patreon or something and be done with it. The kids watch the Norris Nuts? No, I don't know them. Generally, we didn't watch ourselves much, so it's not like we watch vlogs all day. Just a shirt with Dad would make you a million. That's hilarious. Been lurking tonight, been listening while wrapping Christmas gifts. Thanks for the company. Likewise, Northwoods Life. I'm glad you're here. Afternoon here in South Australia and hot. Oh, man. Lost both of my parents to my mom to stage 4 cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry. She made a video about buying the skirts. Oh, well, see, there you go. You're not hanging out with Claudia, go. You padoodle, peduncle, whatever she calls it. She's been saying that a lot. I keep thinking it's random, and it's gonna be different every time she says it, but she says it the same every time. I don't know where she gets her things. She's called me everything from rice balls lately to chicken noodle. You guys saw that one. Chicken noodle is my favorite. And Patunkin Patoodle, I think is what she says now. Patunkin Patoodle. I have no idea where she gets it from. Tom's Pizza Beat t-shirts. How are you feeling? Oh, I don't know. Not that awesome lately, but I'm doing okay right now. Is you really TB or just my attitude? TB. I don't know that one. Did I really tuberculosis? Is that what that is? I don't know. Q&A video, hour 37 minutes, skirt info there. Oh, and Josie, thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Double G says chicken noodle. Me too. It's so funny. Papataya. Papatia? Huh. What language is that? Papatia. That's not Spanish, is it? That's not Spanish. That's something else. Hubby and I enjoy Claudia. She doesn't suffer fools, does she? No, she doesn't. She's hilarious. She's so funny. She's always been that way. Thank you, Lydia. I appreciate it. Did Hannah have a punishment for being a snack thief? No, no. She's much too young to know she's not allowed to do that. I mean, she probably does actually know it was naughty. But no, she's too young. Didn't have a punishment. Oh, thank you, little squash. Well, thank you, Maria. Favorite movie to watch with the family? I mean, I don't know about favorite movie. That's hard, but we really like Last Samurai. One of our favorite movies. Oh, I don't know. My best attribute? I can't answer that question. I have a chicken noodle one too. I know, right? What are the snack rules for the other kids? And when can they pick one? We have 3 o'clock snack time. It announces on the Alex device across our house. At 3 o'clock, they're allowed to have one snack from the snack box. So, like your Facebook profile pic, but I got Facebook last Christmas. When are you guys meeting up for Magic again? I have no idea. I have no idea. Store still isn't running events, so I think Hannah knows what she was doing. She was being sneaky and throwing her trash away. Oh yeah, yeah. She did know. She did know. So I take that back. It's still she's too young. I believe. I feel like she's too young to just ground her or make her pay for it or something. I can't do it. Can't do it. Live game night soon. The last one was so funny. I've been planning. I'm plotting a Mills family um, Among Us thing where you can all watch it, and I want to have a little square box with all the kids' face that are playing. I feel like that would be so fun. But why are we so stringent with food? Well, I think we are the least stringent food people in the entire world. So I don't know what family you're watching, but we are not stringent with food. You like sushi? No, no. We don't like sushi, raw fish or cooked fish. StreamYard's live, but put all kids' face in a box like Brady Bunch squares. Well, that seems about right. I can always take a look at that. I mean, I can do that with my streaming software, um, but maybe combining that with that, I don't know if it's software or what, but I gotta take a look at it. What's your all's favorite meat to eat? Kids like roast. If I could get up and remember to put a roast in, we have plenty in the freezer downstairs. By the time I get up, I'm already in full swing, and I always forget. Trying to child hide to do something they know is wrong. Yes, that's true. But again, you know, I've had a 2-year-old in perpetuity for about 17 years. I mean, I've always had a 2-year-old here. Every 2 years we have another child, so we've always had about that age group the entire time. I know all the age groups. I know what kids are capable of, and I know what they would understand and don't understand. If I'm gonna, she gets punished. I'm not saying she never gets punished. I'm saying I'm not going to punish her for eating food when she's hungry, even though she knew she wasn't supposed to eat them. It doesn't feel right to me. I know. I feel like I'm a good dad, and I know what would be good. And I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me, but I think she's not to the age of accountability in that regard yet. What was that? Take one out tonight? Can I do that? I guess you can set it on a timer to start later, right? Um, maybe. I'm scared of that. I guess I can. Not allowed in the fridge between meals. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not sure I agree with you. I don't think you should allow kids to eat whenever they want. I mean, that's the point of having meals. If you think it's okay for kids to just be able to just eat whatever they want whenever they want, I mean that's certainly maybe one way to look at life. But I don't agree. It's not like I have to sit there and police it either. They know when they can eat, and they would eat. So we have a snack time. We have 3 meals a day, and sometimes they have other snacks at other times when they ask, and I let them have a snack, even if it's not time. So I don't know. I don't consider that being strict with food. I think that's just being making sure they eat their dinner. Well, thank you, Monica. You have a big family, kids will wipe the snacks out in 2 days. Well, they did this recently, that's for sure. Uh, but I think we've got that under control now. Would you like to travel to the Maldives? I am an ignorant American, and I don't know where that is. But I would love to. I would love to travel anywhere. I'm very much a people watcher. I like watching people and thinking about what their motivations are and what they're doing and why they're doing it. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who go to Walmart and just pull up a chair and just watch people and just imagine little stories as to what that person's doing right now, seeing how if they look stressed or if they're on a date, sometimes you'll see a boyfriend and girlfriend, buying stuff at Walmart. I enjoy that. I love to go to another culture and just watch people there and just see how they're different. That'd be a lot of fun, but don't see it happening. How did you find out it was Hannah? It was a combination of my mom and I think Solomon, actually. Apparently, they walked in on the Mills Market, our pantry, and it was closed, which isn't a pocket door. It's hard for a little girl to manage a pocket door, anyways. So she has to kind of claw it open and gets in there. She clawed it closed, and they just saw her down there eating a pudding right there, eating a bunch of snacks, and she had thrown away the lid to the pudding, thrown away all of her trash, so no one knew that it was. It was just hilarious. That's why I'm here, people watching. I love it. Well played, sir. Exactly right. I'm a people watcher too. Thought I was the only one. That's the one way to really, I think, win at life is to appreciate what you have. And you only appreciate what you have when you look at people who have different than you. So, I think my life is pretty bad right now, but you can see people that look like they're a lot sadder than me. And that makes you appreciate your life. And sometimes you hear things, you get to listen and hear what they're working on and make you wonder what they're making, what they're cooking, and all those things. And I don't know, when you open your eyes to the people around you, and even if they're not talking to you, it's just being aware of them, I think it helps us to appreciate what we have. I don't know, it just seems right and good to do that. I'm a single mom of a lot of kids. Lost my husband and I'm selling my house and everything I own to travel the world in 2021. I can't wait. Wow, that's awesome. You're going to take all your kids with you? That's amazing. I'd love to go traveling. I don't ever see it happening. It's so expensive to take the kids around. But sounds like you are on the road to recovery. Wonder how long ago your husband passed away. I'm kind of curious. Sounds like you got plans. That's wonderful. I'm always embarrassing my kids when we were out driving. I like to dance the songs of the store or Christian music we play in the car just to get kids' reactions. That's awesome. How old is Thomas now? He's 18. Gonna be 19 pretty soon. Laughed so much it would have been hard to get onto her. Oh, and my mom was that way. My mom says I made very sure not to laugh or to say it was cute or anything. I just had a normal face, and then I called you to tell you how cute it was. Oh, that's awesome, Kimberly. There's family with 10 kids in the bus and traveling and living in the bus. That sounds fun. 2 years ago. Well, that's pretty much right. Or I'm not 2 years. I'm like 15 months. Wow. I don't know how you do it. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. I know how much it sucks, and hopefully the Lord balances your life out and helps you figure out how to move forward. It sounds like you're doing okay. I find myself having so much sympathy for other people that have lost a spouse. I feel so bad for not paying more attention. When Gary lost Yvonne, Andrea's mom, I felt really bad for him, of course. It's not like I was ignoring him, but after I don't remember, like 5 years later, I think he was still sort of depressed and down. And I remember thinking, man, snap out of it already. I remember thinking that to myself, and I feel terrible for ever thinking that now. And now I immediately just feel some sort of camaraderie and I don't know, sympathy for everybody else who's lost a spouse. It's the worst thing I've ever gone through. No, Thomas doesn't have plans for college. He has plans of taking over the grocery store and becoming its owner someday. I don't know if that's what will happen, but he's a manager now, moving up. That's actually the story of the guy who owns it now. That's how he owned it. He was an employee there for a very long time from a kid. And actually, he's still a kid. He's younger than me by a lot. And he's the owner, so it can happen. I say it doesn't get better, just different. You know, everybody keeps saying that, but it's one of those things. You know, your kids. People always tell you, "Oh, your kids grow up so fast, right?" And when I was younger and didn't have kids, I'm like, "Yep, I guess so. Well, I guess." And then you start to see it happen, and you're like, "Man, kids grow up so fast." You're like, "I know." So it's those kinds of things that everybody says it doesn't get better, it's different, but I don't know. I've been just down about it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Just trying to keep moving and figure out how to be a dad and a mom best I can. Thomas is a manager. Yep, Thomas is the manager of the grocery store. I'm very proud of him. Oh, blessed holiday season. Those babies are so loved and blessed to have a strong father. Well, thank you, Kimberly. Where's a place in the UK you like to travel to? Honestly, I'd like to travel anywhere. Anywhere. Spin the globe, put your finger down there. I'd like to go there. I don't want it to land in our country. I mean, I know America's about, and there's some great places to visit in America. I don't mean that there's not. I want to see a different culture. I feel like America is generally similar in culture. I don't want to go. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I'd like to go to Greece. I'd like to go to Africa, and we watched this movie called Babies. You guys ever seen Babies? It's a movie where I think it's 4 babies growing up in different places, giving birth and growing up in 4 different places in the world. I think one's like in the deepest Africa, one's I think in the UK, one's in the United States, and I think maybe one's India. I can't remember now. And it was one. Andrea loved it, and I loved it too. It was so fascinating. And you know what? I dare say, the baby and the family growing up in Africa, who were wiping their butt with corn cobs, and living in dirt houses with like 10 people, they were happier than us all. And I think it's awesome. I'd love to just go anywhere, but I can't do that. It's not possible. So you don't like therapy? How about maybe talking to a doctor for some meds? Well, that's awful kind of you, Cindy. I'm not a med type guy. That's never going to be something I do. So I went to therapy for a while. It just wasn't helping. Honestly, this helps more than any other therapy. Like when I need the therapist, it's the middle of the night and I'm crying my eyes out. Can't go to therapy then. It seems like whenever I go to therapy, I'm feeling okay. And I don't know if my subconscious is just tuning myself to the certain time period, but it seems like when I go in, it just seems like it's just not useful to me. Italy, Japan, and Kenya are my favorite. Oh, Italy is one place I'd like to go too. I used to joke that's probably the only place I could go and not starve to death. But it'd be fun. Maybe someday, if God ever brings me another woman and I retire and kids all generally start moving out, maybe I can go travel and just enjoy that. I don't know. I don't see any opportunity where I can do that now. Yeah, I hear you, Chris. There's all the meds and therapy. Will I say so? There's nothing wrong with meds. I am not saying there's anything wrong with meds. Nothing wrong with that. I know it's helped a lot of people. So it helped Papa Gary when he was going through his loss. So it's just not something I want to do. It's just a thing for me. Journaling is not my style, although I have written some stuff down. I guess you could call it journaling. But if I call it journaling, I will stop doing it. I sometimes write my thoughts down, as I have done my entire life. Since for the last 20 plus years, I've been writing down my notes and thoughts about life in my Palm Pilot to phone to everything. And I have all my notes, and I love keeping that log for my family. But I call it journaling. I lived in Greece for 4 years. Oh, that's awesome. 2 children. Oh, those are some serious Greek names, that's for sure. That's why I named Sophia Sophia. When I learned that in my vocabulary and studying Greek, I said that's a beautiful name. My husband died. All I could think of was that life was over. I could not make it future plans because in my mind I knew my time was almost up. Yeah, I know. Poetry, yep, I like doing the poetry. But I cry my eyes out when I write poems. It's literally a very emotionally disturbing time when I think of a poem. Because I'll think and think and think and think and think and think and think. And then I think, I got it, the perfect word. And then I write it down and I cry my eyes out. And again, I'm a greedy, selfish writer, meaning that I don't write poems just to get stuff out. I have to share them to get stuff out. I don't necessarily want to get it out as much as I want other people to know me. That's like my whole goal in life is I want somebody to know me, to actually know me. And Andrea knew me. She knew me inside and out. And now nobody knows me. And that's very discomforting to know. And so whenever I get to talk with you guys like this and tell you my thoughts and opinions on crud and share my poetry. My poetry is a little deeper level of getting to know me, but beyond that, I don't have anybody I can tell my deep stuff to anymore. So what age do the kids start helping with the house and by buying bread, eggs, and such? Well, it has been different. I'm thinking around teenager years is when we do it. It's just kind of we just decide arbitrarily when it's going to start, and it's always been the boys. And I think especially, I personally we think it's a little more important with boys, since I think that's what boys are supposed to do is provide for their family, and so we make it more of an issue. I think with Eden, I don't know if I'll do that exactly, but I've been encouraging Eden to make Dutch oven bread. Dutch oven bread Andrea's Dutch oven bread is very easy. It just takes a lot of time. So I've been encouraging her to get up in the morning and stir some together. She hasn't done it yet, but we're going to do the first one together, and then she can let it rise. And then the time we come home for eat, we can have Dutch oven bread for dinner, and I think that's a good thing for her to learn. So I think those are all good options. In 6 years, I finally don't cry every time I think of my mom. Oh, I totally understand. I'm so sorry, Hollyhock. My mom doesn't know me. She knows she has a daughter named Pam, but she doesn't know I'm Pammy. How does this happen? Yeah. Scorpios are like the deep waters of the earth. I feel it takes them longer to heal. Well, that's what I am. I mean, you must have known that, or you wouldn't have said that. I don't know. I always wondered if the correlation or causation. I don't know what it means to be born in a certain month and what that has to do with anybody's personality, but it seems sometimes to have some weight. So I wonder the factors that actually are at play there. But it's interesting. Handful of pills a day, but being faithful, I think, is. I understand, Kimberly. You'll be able to travel someday, Tom. You're still young. I've traveled over as a flight attendant. I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Maybe someday in heaven I'll be able to do it. It all depends. If I meet somebody who wants to travel, maybe we'll go travel. But I don't see it happening. Retiring is a very difficult situation as a self-employed guy. I can't retire from myself, and I'll have to work until I can't work anymore. I try not to think about that too much. We'll see what the Lord gave us a lot of children to help out. So. What? Okay, go lay in your bed then. Go night-night, sweet girl. Okay. We'll lay down. The girls are getting back up again. Got the text where I was done. Use the marshmallows for the kids to pretend snowball fight and come outside and drink hot cocoa. That sounds fun. Hey, real life with Michelle. It's been an okay day. He wrote what my son would be like when he was born. It's so accurate. Wow. Scorpio's grieving style is Pink Floyd's lyrics. Hanging on in quiet desperation. Yeah. Well, I know that resonates with me anyways. Wow, Charlotte's voice. That's amazing. That sounds wonderful. Well, hey, Princess Bubblegum. You like it? I'm wondering. I'm glad. I'm glad you like it. It sounded like you would like it. You cannot have happiness unless you seek for it. Yeah, I'm not seeking, let me tell you. It's the party, but Tom, you guys have any plans for Thanksgiving? We're going to be going to Grandma Kitty's. Might have have the girls maybe plan a plastic Thanksgiving for you guys. Set the table with some plastic food and we can all be thankful for things. I thought that might be fun. Mentioned living in a low population has its perks. Can we be more specific? I think it's just wonderful. I feel like the society is in more of a time warp. If you think about the morality of, say, like the 50s, not that Wyoming is necessarily that these days, but it seems like a slow decline. It seems like because it's a smaller population, a lot of the bad culture things are slower to get here. Not to mention there's more family. There's more emphasis placed on just being around as a family, and it's slower paced as a result. There's less to do, and people end up playing board games a lot more, things like that, and have a lot of fun. And just seems more personal. And I don't know. I like the wide open spaces. It's wonderful. The sweetness your kids really touches my heart. Oh, I'm so sorry, Neil Solo. I'm glad. I never seek happiness because it depends on happening is the contentment the goal for me. I understand that. Do I need a computer to play Among Us or can I use my cell phone? You can play Among Us on the phone. You're raising your kids to be great parents. You're a good role model. Aw, well, I'm trying. Well, we're about 10. I might, sign this off here pretty quick, guys. A few more minutes here, and I'll sign off. What artists the kids listen to? Music isn't a huge thing at our house. I mean, it is for me, but it's not. Claudia loves. She loves playing Dance Monkey and a couple other hip songs that she'll put her butt in the air and just shake it and dance. It's really funny, really cute. Ashley's gonna be 17 on the 15th. Yep, 15th, 16th, 15th. I always get confused with Asher's birthday. Does it seem longer now compared to when it being when more people an opportunity to meet women? Does it seem longer now compared to where there are more people and opportunity to meet women? I don't mean about longer, but it is harder to meet people, obviously. Well, thank you, Monica. Yeah, give us a like while you're there. It really does help. Like the video and comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Oh, lonelier. Yeah. Generally, it's never been a problem. I like it like that. I like it, quote unquote, lonelier. But now, from this perspective, yeah, meeting girls, I'm sure the dating scene is much less, more slim pickings. But I don't need lots of women, just one. She's cancer free now. I'm heading back to COVID. God willing. Oh, I'm not sure what we're talking about. We got an original Atari game station. Atari game station? You mean an Atari? Like a 2600? I don't know. eBay is probably where you want to look. You'd have a hard time hooking up an original Atari. You need an RF antenna adapter. Emulator's the way to go. There's probably a ton of old Atari clone things. MySpace, there you go. I understand, Calico Cat. Growing youth group Bible study. The kids are liking it more. My class is a little. I wish it was a little more talking. The first week I was there, I was like, "Is this a talking class?" I wanted to make some comments about what you were teaching there in Acts, and so I talked a lot. But he didn't leave a lot of room to interject, and so I kind of interrupted him a lot. And I don't know. I think I realized it's a less talking thing than I thought it was. So a little more. I'm glad I'm there for the kids. So the kids are starting to really like it, I think. So. Christmas decoration. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to Christmas decorations. I guess got to put the thing up. We usually put Christmas tree up. Is it the day after Thanksgiving? Rachel Day will tell me, I'm sure. That's the kind of stuff she remembers. Or maybe the day after Asher's birthday. I think that's what it is. That way, we never wanted to overshadow Asher's birthday with Christmas. I'm sure that's what it is, the day after Asher's birthday. You gotta bring the right person in your life. I guess so. I hope so. Try not to think about it or fall in a hole. They say talk if you want. If they don't have commentary, they shouldn't be having a Bible study. That's kind of my thought. But you guys know me. I can monopolize a Bible study and talking with opinions. So, and the guy's got a lot of history. He's got a lot of history that I don't necessarily have. He seems to know a lot about the period, the first century history outside of the Bible, extra biblical history, that I'm not as aware of. But still neat. Thank you, Cindy. Right one will come along when you ain't looking, so I have faith. Oh, well, thank you, Monica. 2020 sucks. I hear you, brother. Sister, probably. It's the day after Asher's birthday. Yep, it is. About 24/7 has diluted it for you. I don't know if it's diluted it for me, America First, but it has something to do with it. Yes. I probably worded that terribly. I'm not always good with when it comes to explaining my feelings. I can't remember how the question was worded. I think it was, is there a favorite verse right now that's really speaking to your heart or whatever, something like that. I don't remember how it was worded, but I don't at all mean the scripture is not interesting and wonderful. That's all I do with my time is study the scripture. I love it. And there's lots of things the Lord has spoken to me on. But there's no new stuff. I guess, is that what I'm getting at? I'm not really sure. It used to be in the old days when I wasn't as familiar with the Bible. I would start reading and think, wow, I've never heard that before. And it would just speak to my heart, and I hadn't heard it, and it'd be exciting and fun. And not that it's not exciting and fun. It's just, it's certainly not a surprise anymore, which is okay. I'm doing a bad job. You guys probably all think I'm mad at God and hate reading the Bible. It's not the case. It's just not the case. Trying to explain it. I'm the Claudia Bible study. I am. You night out with your buddy Sal. Oh, I would love that. Sal lives in California. He keeps saying he's going to come out and see me, but he hasn't done it. Yeah, exactly, Sylvie. That's funny. Saying unsubscribe triggered my. YouTube's got this new anti-troll thingy. It catches a lot of posts before they ever go up. I have to approve them. I'm probably going to go find a snack after I sign off. Maybe go for a walk. Maybe go up and see Andrea's grave. I don't know. Maybe play the computer and watch my Oculus a little bit. God gives you a fresh look at his word. That's not a bad idea, real life with Michelle and Rob. And he does. I'm not saying it's not still new and fresh and nice. I sound like I'm an ungrateful little boy, but I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but I'm not at all frustrated with the Bible. So yes, we all should hide his word in our heart that we might not sin again. That's absolutely true. I can't tell you how fast Bible verses come to mind. You can mention any verse in the Bible, and I will know where it's at or be able to find it and be able to quote it almost. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that it's been so useful. When I go through something, immediately there's a verse right there for me. And as I go through different things, I still have that verse that I wrote on the window. Andrew's in the hospital. It was in Isaiah 50. 50? I don't remember. But in righteousness, in repentance and rest is your salvation. In repentance and rest is your salvation. Righteousness and truth is your strength. It's a really good one. I still think about that one a lot. I'm usually up pretty late, Vicky Angel. I'm usually up till 1, sometimes between 1 and 2. I'm a night owl, and that's the time I have to myself. I don't get a lot of time to myself during the day, and so, of course, I don't want time to myself. But that's when I catch up on Facebook Messenger messages and comments and different things. So. Yeah, that's true, Luciana. I think that's probably accurate. I don't think you're mad at God at all. It's not easy being asked questions and being expected to answer right off the bat. We get to type and edit our answers. You're live. Thanks. Thanks, Brave Tomato Girl. I know I'm probably going to get people taking it wrong, but I promise you, I love the Lord and I love studying the Bible. Wow, Vicky Angel, you're more hardcore than I am. Another Scorpio trait, absolute night owls. That's the truth. That's absolutely the truth. Looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow. Hey, Becky. Oh, hey, Kingsley. Say goodbye to Cornelius there. I think our enthusiasm for Scripture is way higher than at other times. I didn't mean it less. There's just different reasons. It was always that way for me. When I was young, I think I'm going to read the whole Bible, and I'd go Genesis, yeah, Exodus, and then Numbers, and then I would quit. I never made it past Numbers. That's when I decided. I got smarter eventually and realized, you know what? The most important part of the Bible is what Jesus said. If you don't read anything else, read the Gospels. The Gospels are the milk and the meat. They are both. I find myself coming back full circle to the beautiful simplicity of Jesus' teaching and understanding how much he wrecked the Pharisees and how powerfully he did it. So I've been studying that and understanding that, and I've been enjoying that. But the audio Bible has really helped. Looking forward to sleeping until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Oh my gosh, Stacy. I'm looking into sleeping a little bit later than that. Poetry book, little one, leather bound. For me, half the thing, one of the things about INTJs, they look in the future. And I used to tell Andrea when we studied that INTJs plan for many years into the future. I don't know that I do that. I'm not saying what am I going to be when I'm 60, when I'm 70. I don't know that I'm doing that. And she says, well, it's because you look farther into the future. You're looking for grandkids and great-grandkids times. I'm like, well, yeah, I certainly do that. And so my whole life has been preparing for leaving stuff for the next generation. So when I write my poems, I use a little note app that automatically syncs with several cloud services. so that I'll have them all the time. And someday when I die, the kids will be able to have access to them. I want very much to be able to strengthen the next generation after I'm gone. So I generally sketch in my phone. Who's that, Azure? Is Caden down there? No. Okay. Hard to find joy in anything when grieving, I understand. Exactly, Cheryl, but I wouldn't say grieving. I would just say it's hard to find joy in anything. And I understand I'm supposed to be grieving or whatever, but I don't see it as grieving. I just see it as this is my life now. And so it's hard to find joy in things. And I look forward to hopefully a day when that doesn't happen. But I just don't see it. You know, not too long ago, when's fan mail? I'm thinking maybe Friday, Dream Big. I'm thinking, or Friday, Sunday. I'm thinking Sunday we might do one. The kids have been talking about it. Eden's got some to open. There's a lot of packages to open. So we may do that maybe Sunday. Milk and the meat. That's awesome. Yeah, the Gospels are definitely the milk and the meat. That's where you want to start when you don't know anything about the Bible. You want to start with the Gospels and learn the words of Jesus. Then after I studied everything else, and then when I was deciding to get into it really deep, I wanted to go back to what Jesus said. So it's both basic and advanced. I think that's a miracle of him talking in parables. So the genius, rather, of talking in parables. He was able to automatically exclude anybody who couldn't hear it. And the ones that did hear it often saw it as condemning of themselves. And there's still other truths that he hid inside of those stories. It's a very powerful way to teach. Book of Job. Yeah, Job has been a big deal to me. I've kind of shared that with you guys, but when we started Job, we go through the Bible. We do 3 chapters every Sunday, and we'll go through the Bible and study. And we had just started over, I don't know, early 2019. And after you get through a little bit of Genesis, it jumps to Job. And so we started Job, and Andrea was alive. And then when Job lost everything, Andrea died. And then the next one was 3 more chapters. And then I had like 2 months of Job grieving and being sad and being in pain and complaining. And I totally felt every second of it. And I was secretly hoping, I don't know what I was hoping, but when it got to the end of the story where Job gets half double everything back, something good was going to happen. It didn't. But then it hit me that, you know, Job got double everything back, including kids, and that doesn't happen overnight. So I guess it takes time to get it all back. So maybe there's still hope for that. My husband just walked in and said, "Okay, whoa." I'm totally clothed. It's all good, buddy. Loss of joy is the most notable part of grief. Just look for the small things in the cat. Pet the cat. Yeah, I do like to pet the cat. Sorry, I feel horrible. Well, I'm not sure what you meant. I wasn't bothered by anything you said, Kimberly. Were you the one that brought up Job? No, Job is very powerful. I think about it all the time. Lamentations chapter 3 has been my little joy lately. We'll see you, Amy. Very excited. Praying for you to sleep tonight. Oh, thank you very much. All right, guys, I am going to sign off. Pizza dip does sound good, Cindy. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and just letting me talk and ramble and asking questions. And you guys are all like family to me, and that's not just, I'm not just saying that. It's absolutely true. What I am going to just say is like, comment, and subscribe. It does help, though, so we really appreciate it. If you guys are just, you lurkers are watching, I think I watch it. It was like something like 50% of all people that watch our channel are not subscribed. So I found that very surprising that it was that many. So if you're not subscribed, you should. It helps us out a lot, and we'll maybe get to put out more stuff and help out and And plus, even though we make new videos. So go make an account and subscribe. All right, I will talk to you guys later. We really appreciate you, and we'll catch you next time.